Welcome to day 3 of the little series that I'm doing for 16 Days of Activism to End Violence Against Women and Girls. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our trauma responses, our acute trauma responses when we are being subjected to assaults, abuse, rape, that kind of thing. One of the most important things to know, and this video might actually be a little bit shorter than the others, is because there's such an important thing to know that can help you with everything else, and that's that the vast majority of people, whether they're a child, whether they're an adult, whether they're a girl or a boy, if you are being abused or assaulted, by far the most common trauma response is to freeze. Over 70% of people who are being assaulted or abused or raped will freeze, according to a huge meta-analysis by Muller et al. In 2017. And the reason that's important is because so much of our self-blame and so much victim blaming is centered around this sort of like, why didn't I do more? Why didn't I say something? Why didn't I fight them off? Why didn't I shout? Why didn't I go and get help? Why didn't I report? The majority of people don't. It is a completely natural and normal response. And it's really important that we know this and that we teach the people that we're supporting this really key fact, because there's so much guilt around the freeze response that people always believe that if they're in that situation, they would be the person that would fight them off, or they would be the person that would stand their ground, or they would be the person that went and reported. And then when you go into this really natural freeze response, which is about self-preservation and about keeping yourself safe, people are really confused about why they did that. So it's really useful to remind people gently that this is completely natural, it's normal, and it's also by far the most common trauma response that you could possibly have.